Hi Scorpio, welcome to June 2021. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy. So this month we have a new moon in Gemini and it's an eclipse. A solar eclipse on the 10th. A full moon in Capricorn, which is favorable to your sign, on the 24th. Venus moves into Cancer at the beginning of the month, and that's favorable to your sign. And Mars moves into Leo. And then we have Mercury going direct on the 22nd in Gemini. Jupiter and Neptune will go retrograde this month, but we'll get into that later. Let's see what the cards say about love and relationships for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, or Rising. So what does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships for the month of June? What does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships for the month of June? The Temperance card. The Two of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Swords, the Moon, the Star, the Seven of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Judgment, and the card at the bottom of the deck, the Emperor. Okay, so you're starting the month off with the Temperance and the Two of Cups. So you have the potential to partner with someone this month. The Two of Cups energy is a soulmate connection. You're going to be like connecting with someone that you really see eye to eye with. And the Temperance, you might be very different. The Temperance is about finding the balance between opposites. So your energies might be very different, but somehow you blend well together. And it can also mean trying to find like a middle ground in a relationship. Because you're so different, you may have to make compromises and create like a win-win situation in a relationship. This is also a time card of 2 weeks. So that's like mid-June when things could start to happen. And that's right around the time of the new eclipse in Gemini. So we'll see. The Two of Pentacles is in your past. This is a card of juggling. And it's next to the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune here. So things are changing. And you might be thinking or seeing things differently in your love life and even in life in general. You might be juggling a lot of projects at work. Or you could be, maybe you're dating different people for those who are single. And this could have started like this energy started about 2 months ago. Where you're thinking like, okay, something needs to change. You're looking for the Emperor energy. You're looking for someone in a relationship that is very stable, solid, organized. Someone who shows executive ability. Someone you can depend on. That's what you're looking for. You've been looking for. And you could meet someone like that suddenly with the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing. So if you've been like putting up with something, but it's not exactly what you're wanting, because the Two of Pentacles sometimes can mean like, laughing on the outside, crying on the inside. Like you're trying to keep it all together, but you're not happy with the current situation. And you're kind of waiting to see what's going to develop. You have the Seven of Pentacles here. So you've planted seeds, like you put a lot, like if you're on a dating site or if you're looking for a new job, you could be looking for more of an executive position in career. I feel that, you're kind of waiting. You're in this waiting mode. Like, when are things going to start to happen? Coming up into the future, you have this King of Swords energy with the Moon. So I feel like you might be dealing with someone, could be an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. And this person's looking at the past. So maybe you might connect with someone from the past this month that you knew, from the past. If it's not that you're dealing with, and the King of Swords could also be an authority figure that you feel is being very harsh with you. And the moon, you're not sure if you could trust this person, because the moon is like deception, not seeing clearly. I feel that you're wanting to connect with someone and have a good connection with this person, but there's a lot of information you don't know. There's a lot of confusion or lack of clarity around this relationship. And you may feel like this could also be your energy trying to sort things out, trying to see through the fog, trying to figure out, okay, what am I seeing? Is it real? Is it not real? Can I trust this person? Can I not trust this person? Are they too good to be true? If you've recently met someone, you might be questioning their integrity. But you have the Star here, which is a wish fulfillment card. But it's in your negative thinking sector. So part of you is doubting that you could have this connection. Like, you have this wish, you want this, but at the same time you're canceling it out with your doubts. You know, you're saying, well, I don't know if that could happen for me, and da-da-da. So you have to get away from the negative thinking. And with the Moon card, you could be overly, like, you could be imagining worst case scenarios where they don't exist. You could be worried, you could be blowing things out of proportion. And if it's not you, it could be the other person who's blowing things out of, taking a little thing and making it a big thing. Now, in your environment, you've got the Seven of Pentacles. So this is a card of planting seeds and waiting to see what's going to happen. And you have the Hierophant in your wish fulfillment. You want a relationship that's going to lead to commitment and stability. You're tired of, the dating game. If you're dating, I feel like you're tired of dating. You're wanting a commitment. You're wanting something that leads to marriage. If you're in a relationship, you're wanting a relationship that's going to give you a certain sense of security. You're wanting your partner to take more responsibility. And instead of leaning on you for everything, you want them to do some things too. And you may be questioning your partner, not sure if you can, maybe you feel like they're being too harsh with you. Maybe they're not seeing you they're not seeing you clearly. They're not seeing everything you have to offer. Or you're wondering, can I trust this person? Are they being faithful to me? You could be questioning their loyalty. But the main card here is the Judgment, which is the outcome card. And the Judgment is like a wake-up call. You're going to have an awakening this month that's going to help you get through this confusion, this lack of clarity. And you're going to see what you need to do. When the Judgment comes up in a reading, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcana cards. So this is going to be a major turning point for you this month. You're going to see what you need to do to change your life, basically. So if you're in a relationship and you're not happy, you're going to take action to fix it. Either you're going to fix it or you're going to leave it. If you're not dating anyone, you're going to start changing ways that you approach romance or relationships so that you do attract the right partner. You're going to be working on yourself, and that is going to make the difference, because you can achieve this goal. You have it here. It's just that with the Judgment, you have to work on yourself first. It's like, I have to change who I am, because you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. So if you keep doing the same things, you're going to keep attracting the same person or the same energy. So you have to change how you approach other people. You have to change your way of interacting, and that's going to change the relationship in the external world. And a lot of times when the Judgment comes up, you start to feel more empowered, and when you work on yourself, you're feeling more empowered, you're feeling stronger, more confident, and your needs are going to change, where you decide, you know what, maybe I don't even want this person. If you're not giving me what I need, maybe I don't even want you. Maybe I can just walk away and find someone who is going to give me what I need. I'm going to find my Emperor. If you're dealing with someone who's very critical or hard to please or emotionally unavailable, you might decide to walk away and say, you know what, I don't have to deal with you. I can find a situation that values me and gives me what I need, that rewards me for who I am, and gives me the love that I give out. So the judgment comes up when you are, it's like a rebirth, like you're rising from the grave, and you're becoming, like you're like a new person, because you have this new knowledge, and you have this new strength. And usually when that comes up, you make changes. You might change relationships, you might move, change where you live, you might change jobs, because it's representing the changes that are happening within you. Because you can no longer exist in the status quo. You know, you can't stay in the same spot. You need to, you are seeing the truth, and you're moving on. You're making changes. You're being the agent of change instead of the victim of change. That's the main message of this card. Work on yourself. Figure out what you want. Focus on the star. This is what I want. I'm not going to settle for less. And if someone is not giving me what I need, then maybe they're not right for me. Maybe I don't need to be with that person. And maybe by changing who I am and valuing who I am, having more self-worth, working on me, loving myself, valuing myself, I will then attract the emperor. Because that's what you need. You need this emperor. You don't need the critic, the killjoy, the bully, the person who ignores you. You need the emperor who's there for you. And you have that potential. So let's see what but it's going to require work from you. You're going to have to wake up and see. Wake up and smell the coffee, like Ann Landers used to say. Wake up and see what's going on and decide to make change happen. And Scorpio, you can do it, Scorpio, because Scorpios can achieve anything, any goal they set out to do. You have the intensity and you have the passion to achieve your goal, because other people may give up, but not a Scorpio. You're like, come hell or high water, I'm going to get there. So you have this new moon in your 8th house, and the 8th house is the house of sex, death, transformation, other people's money. So it's maybe time to talk about, to communicate, because Mercury is here. Mercury is retrograding. So you're going to go back and revisit things from the past, other relationships and intimacy issues. And that's going to help you to resolve whatever's going on in your love life now. You've got Saturn in the 4th house, and this new moon is trining Saturn. So is Mercury's trining. They're both trining Saturn. So you can make it's like you have to revisit your childhood. You have to revisit your home environment and messages you may have gotten from parents or authority figures that have made you who you are today, that have either made you more open to intimacy or not. Or where do I get to feel supported? Because the 8th house is support you receive from others. Financial, money that you get from a partner's income, or it could be, inheritance payout, whatever, insurance payout. But it's like resources that, it's not something that you produce yourself, like the income you get from your job. It's because sometimes you may be afraid to ask for things. Or you may be afraid to expect support from somebody else because of how you were raised. It's not good to ask for help, or I don't deserve it, or I'm not worthy. You have to work out some of these issues. Neptune's in the 5th, so Neptune is like creative self-expression would be great right now. If you wanted to write about your feelings, write about your emotions, that would be a good way to get out all these emotions, because the Mercury is about communication. Gemini is about telling your story, getting it out there, not keeping it within, finding out what's there and communicating. So you may have to have a talk with someone in your life, like, hey, this is what I need, this is how I feel, this is what I need, and find out how they feel. And that could either make or break a situation. Venus is moving into Cancer, and it's going to be sextile Uranus in your 7th house. Venus will be in the 9th house. Mars has been in your 9th house. So Mars can make you feel like taking action. Like, I just want to travel. Or I want to go back to school and learn some new things. Or I want to reach out to other people. Get out of my comfort zone. Venus there can bring love through travel, or love through higher education, or love through teaching, learning, spirituality. You could be connecting with someone who's very different than you, who opens you up to different ideas, different belief systems. And the fact that Venus is sextile Neptune, Uranus, it could be unexpected. Like you could be out and about somewhere, traveling, and you have this connection with someone. Or you could be, at some kind of religious function or educational situation, and you're connecting with someone who's very different from you. Now, Mars, before it moves into Leo, while it's in your 9th house, is going to oppose Pluto in your 3rd. So there could be some power struggles with communication with relatives. In the 3rd house represents your friend, like local friends, relatives, siblings. There could be you may feel that your relatives are trying to, it's like they're pulling a power play, or they're trying to manipulate you in some way. So don't be bullied by anyone. And don't blow up either, but it may cause you to just, Mars is like, especially in Cancer, it's repressed anger. Mars does not know how to release anger in Cancer. And so it lets it build up, and then suddenly you explode. So don't explode this month. Try to release your anger in a healthy way by communicating how you feel and what you need. Chiron's in the 6th house, so you have some wounds around service and healing. It's the wounded healer around work and what you do to sacrifice for other people. You may have to look at that. But Mars is also trining Neptune. And Neptune's in your 5th house. So you could connect with something or someone in a very romantic, very physically, like you could be physically attracted to someone who's also, it's like very romantic. And especially at the full moon, we had the full moon in Capricorn, Venus is going to be trining Neptune. So the full moon is happening in your 3rd house. So something is coming to a head with relatives, with a either, you might finally speak up. You're going to see the truth in your connections with siblings or immediate family. And Venus is also going to oppose Pluto. So there's going to be, between Mars opposing Pluto and Venus opposing Pluto, just be prepared for drama and power struggles, jealousy, manipulation, bullying, but don't fall for it. Don't let some powerful person in your family manipulate you or control you. The full moon is also, you're just going to, in Capricorn, you're going to see the truth. Things are going to come to the surface. You can either solve the problem or walk away, communicate, and if you don't get any, positive response, or you don't get cooperation, you may just decide to cut your losses and move on. Now, at the same time, Jupiter is in your 5th house. So Jupiter's bringing opportunity for love. Just be open, and if with Jupiter, you could be connecting with someone who's very different from you, who's from a foreign country or a different culture. But Jupiter usually is a positive influence, and even though it's going to go retrograde, it'll still be in Pisces in June, so it's still going to be giving luck to your 5th house. But usually when planets retrograde, it's like taking a time out to evaluate where you're at and maybe do some tweaking to your strategy. Now, Mars is going to be in your 10th house. That's your house of career. It's moving into Leo. So it's going to shake up your career and your status. And it's going to oppose Saturn in the 4th house. So you may feel like you have a lot of responsibilities at home. There might be some issue at home that you have to take care of, and it comes in conflict with your work situation. Uranus is going to be T-squaring from the 7th house. So there could be some conflict, unexpected developments with either a partner, maybe you're too busy working, or with an authority figure. You may feel blocked by authority, or you may feel like I have to take action and change my life direction, my path, either in a career or even a relationship. Uranus wants to bring more freedom and more authenticity to your relationships. So if there are any kind of, with Mars opposing Saturn, I feel like the issue is around family conditioning. that's been preventing you from connecting with someone. Maybe you're taking too conservative of an approach. Maybe your family has trained you in a certain way, because Saturn in the 4th house, there's something with authority, your relationship to authority figures, your early conditioning that's blocking you from connecting with someone in a relationship. And it's causing problems. So you have to take action. You have to speak up, or you have to communicate in a positive way, not in an aggressive, confrontational way, but more in an assertive way, where you're preserving the harmony, but you're not like blowing up the whole scene. Let's see. Mercury's in your 8th house in Gemini. It's going to retrograde, so it could bring back some financial issues. The 8th house can be like taxes or money that you get from someone, like a check, a payout. There could be some legal issues around that you have to take care of. But Mercury is trining Saturn. So it's really strange energy, because Mercury is squaring Neptune, so you want to make sure you're seeing things clearly. You want to check every detail, especially if you're doing anything technical. If you're signing a contract, you want to make sure you're reading everything, you're reading the situation correctly. You're not overly like blowing things out of proportion, or you're not being unduly suspicious. But at the same time, if you do wind up coming to some type of an agreement and you set something in motion, it's going to last a long time, because Mercury is trining Saturn. And Saturn represents accepting responsibility, doing the work, and you'll get the reward. It's going to involve some hard work, and it's going to involve commitment. But at the end, you will get recognition and compensation for all the work that you've put in. And that's true of love too. So once you get over these hurdles, these power struggles, and you assert yourself in a healthy way, you're going to get the reward from all of that. So I think that you're going to wind up solving things in a good way, but you may have to battle it out first before you get to that place of the star, where everything starts to work out. And that involves like seeing things clearly, standing up for what you believe in, not letting anybody bully you, not falling for anyone's manipulation or control tactics, but communicating clearly and seeing your value and communicating your worth and your value so that you get what you deserve. So that's the message for this month, Scorpio. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, leave a comment. Click on the like button, the subscribe button. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website. We can get you on the schedule. So I want to just say thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for watching the videos. I hope you're enjoying them. If you're new, welcome. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. I think I said that already. So anyway, have a wonderful June. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. And I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.